Dumelang, Absheni, Molweni, Ndani, Njani, Likai, Tobela, Zwirise. What's going on, Dumelang? I'm on my second day green juice fast. Limpopo Wafisha, guys. God damn. Second day green juice fast. Oh my gosh. I am going to the bathroom like nobody's business. I hope at least every day you're drinking 1 glass of green juice. Cheers to you. Cheers to your little ones. Green juices every single day. My digestion feels really great. I've been cleaning up since my one. So today I want to talk about heal yourself, heal your life. I feel like a subject it's very critical. We need to talk about this stuff because society arena has made healing all about the physical body. But I fully deny that. I recognize the fact that healing okay, it's your emotions, it's your mind, it's your physical body. You see, it's your spiritual energy. You are an entity. You are multiple things. All of them you recognize. You recognize the feelings, or recognize your thoughts, or recognize your body, and recognize the fact that other people can perceive you, and you are in the world, and what you're doing in the world. Right? So you recognize all of that. So you're an entity. And so only an entity, you need to understand how each part of you works so that alignment, peace in your mind, in your feelings, in your body, and in your spiritual energy, in who you truly are, your spirituality, the essence of you. So once you kushisha or these 4 aspects or these 4 aspects of you need to be taken care of, then you will find real healing. Then you will find real healing because I can give you a few dynamics. Number 1, if you are healthy financially, but you are not healthy physically, are you healthy? No, you're not, because one part of you is not healthy. If you are mentally stressed out, but physically looking good, are you healthy? No, you're not. Because your thoughts are not joyous. Are we enjoying being inside of you? You're not enjoying a certain aspect of who you are. And so we have to recognize, or we have to do the full job of maintaining who we are on a physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental level. So now this is what I want to talk about today. Heal yourself, heal your life, or heal your relationships. Many of us are born into our relationships actually make us sick. Or relationships hurt us. And they are a changer, and they can deter the direction. Relationships can hold you back, whether personal relationships or relationships at home. They can hold you back because they have your energy invested in them. Okay? And as soon as your energy is invested in them, it matters or not energy in response back into your life. The reciprocity of life, whatever that person gives out, you will receive it, whether it's good or bad energy, right? You will feel it. So we have to heal our relationships in order to heal our lives, okay? We have to heal our relationships in order to heal our lives. Many people don't want to take we are so selfish. We think that, because especially many of us are into this thing, yes, spiritualism, is that people get into the habit of saying, I'm doing the work on me. Yeah, good, great stuff. Do the work on you. But are you also fixing the relationships that contribute to the hurt that you are doing the work on? Because until you also fix those and some relationships, you can't just run away from them. Okay, you can't run away from your family. You can't run away from perhaps some people, you have children with them. You can't just run away from these people and just think you are not separate to them and it will not affect you. Your family will always affect you, and that means your siblings, your parents, but affect them. And secondly, if you get into relationships with other people in lives and that is also going to affect you, because now you guys have a marriage. Okay, your marriage is the children. The two have become one. As long as you guys learn together, understand you will always affect each other. You will always affect one another. And so you can't run away from all relationships and not want to fix all of them. There are some that you're going to have to take your time and fix, because those are the ones that will take most of your energy. And in most instances, it's all physical disease, because one thing you're recognizing is that the more all stress and mentally, it affects you physically, which means ultimately it has to show up physically in the body. And that is where now physically, just by the thoughts that you think. So you have to fix the relationships that you have with your siblings, with your mother, with your father. You have to fix your relationships with the people with them, so that you also don't create what we call generational curses, where your children are cursed because the two of you won't get along and they grow up toxicity, right? So to heal your life in general, you're going to have to heal your relationships, okay? And to heal your relationships, you have to start with yourself. First, recognize that before blaming other people for the things that they did, and yes, buddy dearly, I admit, those people did some stuff. Yes, they did. But so did you. Okay? You are also contributing to the negative situation here existing between you and whoever it is. Okay? In some instances, somebody once said that we are intolerant of the things in others that we recognize in ourselves. Okay? So the reason the way some people are hurts you, or you don't like it, if you look at yourself, more likely you'll realize that behavior, you hate it because it exists within you. Okay? So we are intolerant of those things in others that exist in ourselves. That is why before we judge other people, we have to look at ourselves and say, am I being the right type of person? How am I emotionally? How am I in terms of my patience, my tolerance, my ability to listen to another person and put something? How am I? Especially those people who I say have hurt me, those who how much patience do I have? How much work have I done on myself to understand that they were ignorant? Those things, or when we engaged in that thing that hurt me, we were both in an ignorant state. So now that we're aware that we were both contributing to the negativity, I will do the work on my part, so as to make it easier for the other person to come and meet me halfway, so that I resolve this problem. I am not also still part of the problem, that I have done the work on myself enough to be able to recognize whether the other person has also done the work on themselves, because patience, tolerance, and I have the ability to sit down and admit my mistakes too, and even apologize for them. You know, as soon as you can do the work on yourself to become the type of person who recognizes that you are not perfect. You are not. Okay? And in as much as you also contributed. Either you participated by being there, by saying the things that you said, by not doing what you know you should have done. If situation you could have taken the time to sit down with that person and solve the situation right there and then, but you chose not to, because you allowed your ego, your feelings to get in the way and stop you from fixing something that you see is wrong. So you also participated in the toxicity or the pain between you and that person. As soon as you recognize the fact that there are some things that you could have done right and some things that you did wrong, then I think you are speaking, oh yeah, sure, thanks my brother. Okay, but okay, sure. As soon as you accept that you also contributed to some things, the things between the two of you debate toxic, then you can be now the one who doesn't bring negative energy to the situation. And you can listen to the other person tell you about them. And you can see how whether they are owning up to the between the two of you at whatever stage in your life. Some of you, and I know this because we all go through the same stuff, all of us, we are all going through the same stuff more or less, just different details, okay? But we're all going through the same stuff. There are some of us by longer, we need to fix our relationships with our parents. Okay? You need to stop running away from your father or from your mother or from the fact that you realize something is wrong between the two of you. Like, you need to get to the point where you say, and I know Dilojodi Sodi very uncomfortable. Okay? I know when you think about how do I even tell my father that the things that he did affected me when, you know, some of us, they really don't connect with us. And some of us, we feel like even if will she fully comprehend what I'm trying to say? Because don't realize that we are hurt or that there are some things that they did that hurt us. And we've never been able to communicate those things. And they affect the relationship we have with our parents. So as a result, I was reading this book, and this is why I love books, and this is why I love sharing books. The name of the book is It Did Not Start With You. And it will about how we carry generational pain, or that the things that happen to us affect the next generation, or we could be behaving in a manner that shows the trauma your uncle, your mother, your grandfather, your aunt, somewhere in the family, that behavior is showing up in you, that fear is showing up in you, that pain is showing up in you. So you have to do the work on yourself. So one of the things that it talks about in there is that Batubai Longar have great relationships with their mothers and their fathers. They have a great sense of self-image because they were validated from the time Salawa Nyan. They were made to feel that they are worthy, that they can do a lot of things. Self-confidence. And when you're not connected to your mother or your father, and there's a disconnect between your masculine or your feminine, then what happens is then you go into the world without the type of energy that you need. I mean, he goes into the spiritual aspect of it. Good relationships with their mothers or their fathers have the drive, the energy, the blessings, the confidence, the validation, the self-confidence to go into the world and do the things that they need to do because they're being watered by both the masculine or the feminine, or by Baba rootedly into their sense of character. So they have confidence in themselves. So when you don't, it can affect you massively. Okay. So for some people, the reason Mapelarna Sacholepele is because we need to go back and fix our relationships with our mothers, with our fathers. And the reason Rekasbele healthy relationships going forward is because we are still carrying the hurt, the void, the lack of love that we didn't get, the love that we didn't get from either our mother or our father. So for you to fully move into life, you are going to have to go back and have those uncomfortable conversations with your father and with your mother. And one thing that I'm grateful for, especially when it comes to books, is because they reflect my thoughts. And this is the cause, and this is how you deal with it. So books allow me to sort of do healing on myself because Ketomo recognize what was going through, what was affecting to this degree, and what this type of behavior does. So I'm grateful because when I was reading this book, It Did Not Start With You, I began to pick up things about myself in that book. I found the examples about other people, and I was able to see myself inside the Tori Chabatwaba, and I was able to recognize that I too am going through what this person is saying. So I was able to then sit down with my mother and say, "Me, there was a time in my life I needed you, and you were not there for me." And for that time, I felt weak, I felt frustrated, I felt lonely, I felt all sorts of feelings. I feel like less of myself. And because you were not there. And my mother and I were able to talk, and I was able to heal that part of myself because I had felt abandoned in a way for a long time because she was not able to be there for me. So I didn't recognize that some of the feelings and behaviors that I am projecting towards my mother are because at some stage in my life, I felt abandoned. I felt like she was not there when I needed her the most. And because I felt like that, comfort, correct? So when comfort, do you understand how that can emotionally hurt you? So I, for that time of my life, was hurt by those things. And once I was able to get out of those feelings, or maybe because of this book, oh, that time in my life, this is what I was feeling, and this is why I was feeling the way I was feeling, and I'm able to communicate with my mother, or wow, me, I was going through such a thing in my life at some point in my life. And because I was able to read this book, I was able to then heal, because I can tell you why I was angry with you, or why or why I didn't have the patience with you, or why I didn't have the tolerance for you. It was because I was hurt during that time where I felt like I needed you, but you were not there for me. Fanny, in fact, it is said that relationship with opposite sex parent is crucial, which explains why in Nalebo we are so tight. Oh, that's good for you, brother. It helps to have a healthy relationship with your mother. And I hope you also have a healthy relationship with your father too. So look, guys, it's a very simple thing, you know, this thing in your life. The ego is what makes it difficult. We want peace in our minds. We want peace in our homes, with our siblings, with our brothers and sisters, with our family, with our parents, with our mothers and fathers. We want peace in the workplace where we work. We want peace in the families that we have. We have joy in all of these things. But to have them, the work on ourselves to become better people. So once you accept the fact that you need to fix these relationships in your life, and you need to identify those relationships. If you don't have a good relationships with your siblings, whether it's your sister or your brothers, you need to take your time. No, I know it'll feel uncomfortable. I know it's not something say longer you're looking forward to doing, but it's time to fix your relationships if you want to heal your life. You are not going to, because here is the issue. The more you don't heal something, the more it sits in your mind and in your feelings. Whatever you are thinking and feeling on an unconscious level, you are projecting in the world. You are creating in the world. Okay. And also, physical pain, physical disease. And in my next video, I'm going to talk about inflammation. How I believe that inflammation is not just physical pain. Okay. Because, this thing, health, somehow, the allopathic industry has separated disease. Shortebza, you see, inflammation can happen in your mind, in your feelings, in your physical body, and in your spiritual energy. You just need to understand what inflammation truly means, or what it truly is. Okay? So we can move out of this thing, the pill because people think that inflammation is just a physical thing. No, it's a mental, emotional, physical, spiritual thing. So the next time I'm going to do a live, get over about inflammation and how it is an indication of a lot of things. If you have physical pain inside of your body, if you have physical discomfort inside of your body, it is an indication that you already have a physical, a mental, emotional, and spiritual discomfort in your life. Okay? Hola, Tibza. Hola, hey, Kabza, what's up, my man? Hey, thanks for tuning in, my brother. Thanks for hanging out, yeah? And always feel free to contribute to the conversation. So, once we understand to heal our lives, we have to heal our relationships, because that is the mental, emotional, spiritual aspect of who we are. Okay? Then only then can we get true healing and true health and true success. Okay? True abundance and joy, because your energy is not blocked from the experiences of the past, or by these relationships that are hurting you, that exist, but are hurting you because they have unresolved issues. So, I was not necessarily presenting the how in terms of my conversation today. I'm merely pointing it out. You are gonna have to do the work if you want true success. And there's to redefine this word success, because people have this thinking, it's just about money. But what's money if physically you are sick? What's money if your relationships are breaking down? What's money when your family is broken down? Come on, man. We need to actually start redefining some of these things. As if one thing can solve them all. Success is a huge thing. And I will always break it down into the four. It's the mind, it's the emotions, it's the physical body, it's your spiritual energy. That is success. When you find resonance in your mind, peace in your feelings, peace in your physical body, peace in the energy, in your energy, in who you are, and you're not triggered, and you don't easily, the world doesn't shake you and manipulate you and change you and hit you, and the next minute you're feeling angry, the next minute, but you can be in a state of peace, and that can be your state of being, that is success. That means now you are in the middle of an ocean and you're walking on water. You get me? You know how in the book of the Holy Bible, in the Bible, right? They're always talking about how a storm arose and Jesus Christ was sleeping. And in the middle of a storm, you're sleeping. In the middle of a storm, you're sleeping. Why are you sleeping? Because you're chilled. You're in a state of relaxation. You understand that nothing outside of you has more power than the power. There's more power than the power that you have within you. Nothing outside of you has more power than the power that you have within you. You see? Once you come to that place where you recognize the amount of energy you have within you, because it is energy, but it's trapped. It's trapped. It's blocked. It's again the hurt, the pain, the frustration, the anxiety, the fear, the worry, the doubts, the negative thoughts. That's energy. It's been taken by this energy, this negative energy, and it is robbing you of the energy you now need to live the way you want, to create the creator. So you must recognize the fact that these relationships aren't just relationships. They are energy blockages inside of you. They are hindering your success. They are stopping you from being who you truly are. They are making it that much more difficult for you to enjoy your full life. I did a podcast yesterday on Anchor. I tried to do a podcast on a Podbean, but Podbean has so many limitations. So I had to use Anchor. So you guys can look for my podcast on Anchor, The Molo Show. I just called it Molo Show. But in that video, I was talking about this whole thing that I'm talking about now, that we need to understand that we are energy, and this energy has use, but it can be disturbed by the other energy. This is why I tell people, get off the television, because that is energy that is going to eat your energy. Okay? The energy from the news is going to eat your energy. The energy from the anger, from the hurt, is going to eat your energy. Your energy. You won't be able to do because there is this energy that has come in and it is now dominating you. You won't be able to be able to do with your life, your energy, what you want. So it is very critical to get away from the things that eat your energy. And some things you can't get away from them. You have to fix them, such as your relationships. So take responsibility. And I know Rotata, you believe that they should be the ones that are taking the initiative to come and talk to you because they are the ones that hurt you. I know they hurt you. I know they hurt us. I know there are people in our lives who have been responsible for our pain. But now you need to ask yourself a question. Do you want that energy to continue to control your life, or to be in your mind or in your feelings? Do you want that energy to continue to be there, or do you want to let it free so that you can focus on other things? Because the other thing is, it is taking up your mental, emotional space. It is taking it. So you need to decide, hey, you know what? Yes, that other person doesn't take responsibility for the things that they did. But the thing is, I hate the fact that I feel like this. So I'm going to put myself in that uncomfortable situation, and I'm going to sit down with this person. And I get sure after because maybe what I'm hoping I will get, I won't get. But here I'm going to risk it because this burden is just too much heavy for now. And it's time for me to let it go. And you know what? I have learned that you're not going to fix it the first time you facilitate that person. You're not going to fix your problems the first time you sit down with that person. You're not going to fix it the second time or the third time or the fourth time or the fifth time. It's going to be a period of time. It's going to be months, weeks, years to fix it. Because it takes us years, some of us, for years. For years, brothers and sisters fighting, siblings fighting, mother and father causing chaos and destruction and dysfunction. For years, we're going to create a toxicity intolerance, impatience, and fights. We can do that for years. So understand that once we get to a place where we want to fix that, we are going to have to spend years behaving in a new way now. Being more kind to one another, being more appreciative, more peaceful, more willing to listen to one another. And I'll tell you what, and this I blame the system, because you see, the only way a family becomes a family is if we're going to spend the time together. And then now the system separates us, the man, the child, the woman, okay? Work, school. And when you come back, you're tired. The television is there interfering. It's inside the family. It is not allowing you guys to still be a family, to sit down together and to talk and to bond and to know in each child's life, what affect the game, what are their dreams and hopes, we don't have that. We don't have family. We don't have unity as a family. So it's the system that is designed to separate the family, okay? This is why I am against the system. This is why I'm against jobs. I'm against school, okay? Because I believe family need to be together all the time, because you are building together, and you can't build unless you are able to spend an together, okay? I believe in that so much. This is why I also try to tell men, start a business while you work. Get your wife to buy you into your dreams and your goals so that she can support you, and you can start building something that in the future will allow you, your child, and your wife to be in the same place, so you guys can build together and you can build a family together. Because part of what creates this pain is the separation. Okay? The fact that we are separated, it creates a lot of pain. Because when you are by yourself and life is hard on you, who do you have on your side? Nobody. Nobody. And the only people who will be there for you, who will love you, who will support you, are the very people that you grew up in the same household with. Yes, our friends are there, but they can only do so much. Our families are there for life. So it is very critical to make sure that we get along as a family, that we build healthy families, so we can always have each other's backs for life, you know? So in the process of rebuilding, we recognize, yes, destroying, but now we are going to take many other years rebuilding. So have the patience to understand that if you try to look at somebody, adito look at the day or start on the process. Dito look at somewhere along the way. Okay? Make peace with that. And understand that that is the beautiful part. Because somewhere along the way, suddenly, that once toxic relationship is a very great relationship. That once toxic family is a very great family. That once toxic energy in your dominator, you are now feeling good now. It's great. You finally recognize, wow, the load is off. You know? And then now, wow, you know, I'm able to get energy from my brother or my sister or my mother or my, you know what I'm saying? These people now are able to pour into you. You can share with them your dreams, your goals, your ideas, and all of these things, and they can come in and they can bring their energy into the thing, what you're doing. And as a family, they can help you, or with your own family, you guys can work together and you can create the life that you want, because ultimately we all want success in our minds, in our feelings, in our physical body, and in our spiritual energy. All right. So to achieve that, we have to heal and build great relationships with our siblings, with our family, with our cousins, relatives, or anyone and everyone who we have hurt, who we can still fix things with. Because some people, you know, they get into their feelings and then, and even when you try to reach out, they're still in their feelings or in their ego. So, with some people. So my advice to you is this. I don't know you. I don't know you personally. I don't know your brothers and sisters. I don't know I don't know how many relationships that you have been in that have hurt you. And I think I'm going to do a podcast on relationships, probably on my other page. But I've done a podcast now. I'm just going to put it up on Anchor. I'll put up the link on my page here, guys, maybe. And also I'll put it up on my Telegram. So you guys can go hear what I have to say, because I talk about family as well and how we need to fix our families, because I see that there are a lot of things, they actually came in and now it's time for us to fix those things. So I just share my ideas. I share my thoughts. I'm not saying I know I have all the answers in the world, but it's because I'm picking up a lot of knowledge and I'm studying my world, and I'm beginning to see, you know, studying a lot of things. Just for me, the foundation of it all is that birth certificate. Once I realized that birth certificate was a trap, I'm now thinking, how do I get out of the trap and get out of it for life and make sure that the generation that come after me never fall for the trap that my ancestors fell for. This birth certificate thing is a heavy thing for me. Because it's showing me the lack of ignorance the lack of knowledge, the amount of ignorance that exists in the black community or in the world in general, because even white people are part of it. This is powerful, my brother. Progress and not perfection. We need to continue to make efforts to mend our relationships. Facts, most importantly, family, to be precise. It is hierarchy. It starts with us as individuals, then families, then communities, then nationals, and ultimately worldwide. The world will be a better place. Indeed. As long as you're doing the work on yourself, Kabza, and you're rebuilding. One thing that and this is what the system of apartheid took from us, our fathers. It took our fathers away from us. Many of us were so we never had the masculine in the house. So we are still trying to find ourselves as men, and we're still trying to recognize our responsibility. And the fact that culture is guide, we are lost in a white man's world. So we have to study our ancestors to see how we must move, how they moved that allowed them to be successful. Because clearly, every information that is around us and that is not of us, right? So I'm beginning to find myself as a man now. I'm beginning to see my role in my sister's life. I'm like, damn, I need to understand as a man, I am the light. I am the head of the household, even if I am younger, because a man is logical and a woman is emotional. So as a man, I need to be the logic one who can sit down with my sister, with my mother and whatnot, and bring logic to the situation. And when there's an issue, I need to be the one to lead the family. Even if at some point I used to look at myself as the kid, now I see, no, I am the man in the family now. I need to be able to see if one issue, I need to take my mother, sit her down, my sister, my nephews. I need to be able to sit down with the whole family and say, you know what? This is not going to continue no more, because this dysfunction shall not happen in a healthy manner. I'm beginning to recognize that, whoa, being a man is much more than just like, yeah, I'm a man. No, it's like understanding what is your role in the family. Misbehave. And if you are not that child's father, but you are a man in the house, do you watch things fall apart and say, that's not my child? Yeah. But at the end of the day, are you going to be happy when your sister is now crazy? That boy is affecting everybody in the family now. Now everybody in the family, because when you saw the problem as a man, you refused to take responsibility because you said, okay, sharp, but guess what? And not to affect that. Everybody can. So now it becomes your job as a man to say, hey, I could look for mfano. I'm realizing that, man, my responsibility as a man I don't become a man when I have my own child. I become a man when I recognize the responsibility that comes with being a man and taking it on. You see, which means solving some of these things that I didn't cause. All right, but taking responsibility for them, because the impact of these things, if they are not solved right now, if I don't step in as a man, and start doing something right now, and I need to sit down with my moms and show her and get her to be on my side and get her to understand what I am seeing as a man, so that I can start leading. So that takes you understanding that nobody's going to come to your house, especially if you didn't grow up with her father, and make you a man and teach you how to be a man. Nobody. We didn't have fathers. We didn't grow up with fathers. So we need to learn to be fathers by ourselves, which means we have to rely on knowledge and we have to rely on intuition, and we need to be connected to the Most High so we know when to do right. Because some men are so imbalanced. They are the problem in their own families. They are so highly emotionally charged up. See what I'm saying? He is damaged by the things that happened to him. Because another thing, nobody taught him, my man, heal yourself, because nobody's going to come and heal you as a man. Deal with the fact that you didn't have a father. Accept it. Acknowledge where your father passed away when you were a kid, or your father messed up, or your father was a drunk. Stop being angry at him. That's him. That's who he is. Aswena papa gago. And this anger that you have for him is unhealthy for you. You need to stop hating and being angry at the expectations, because now you are saying, my father should have been a better man. He was not a better man. He couldn't have been a better man, unfortunately. Do you know what happened to him? And most of us, before we judge our parents for not being perfect, we need to go back and see because some things are generational, okay? It's not that the reason is because somebody toxic and affected from the time and what you are looking at when your father likes to drink alcohol or is angry is a coping mechanism. This person get emotionally that they don't know how else to deal with the world except this way. So that's why maybe your father is an alcoholic. He didn't want to be an alcoholic from the time Salomon. But the reason he got into alcohol now is because papa or mama or somebody at some point in my life and they didn't know how to deal with that stuff. So now they are how they are because of the things that happened to them. Stop judging your parents so harsh. They are not perfect. There are things that happened to them. And you need to have more compassion. And you need to be more grateful that here you are, you're an adult, you're grown, you have sense, which means you can fix your life. Okay? You can fix your own life without the help of your mother or your father. You can recognize their limitations and appreciate them the way balenka and stop expecting them to be the way you were based on your own needs or your perception of how parents should be. Okay? Yes, your father should have been a great father. Yes, your mother should have been a great mother, but they were not. So you need to now say, I am going to be the best for me and the children that I bring into this world because I can go over like my father or like my mother because I don't want my children to experience the same pain I did. You see, that is evolution. That is wisdom. That is knowledge. That is understanding. That is growth. That is maturity. That is taking responsibility for our cause. And nobody really wanted them. But you acknowledge, or you know what? Here's a problem. I need to step in and fix it. Whether it's again or not, I need to step in and fix it because I recognize it. And if nobody takes responsibility for it, this problem is going to affect us massively going forward. So I will start. Very uncomfortable, whatever the case may be, but take responsibility because some of you, your family could be a better family if you as a man or as a woman took responsibility. You initiated a meeting between your family so you guys can start talking. You, no matter how old you are, whether you have older brothers or older sisters and they are not taking control of the situation, you care. You can initiate. You can take control. You can take charge. You can start healing the family. You can do that. You know what I'm saying? But now, when you mention separation created by the system, I realize this is still divide and conquer for sure, my man. Because being separated kills unity within families. Facts. The reason we're not connected is because we never spend so much time together. It delays us from dealing with our own issues. Yes. You know? Yeah. Because, for sure. It becomes even harder as the years go by. We are so divided. So, you know, we need to sit down, Kabza. We need to talk business, my man, so we can start building things that repair the family. Because once we fix the family, we can fix the community, man, and we can fix the nation. We become the power once we understand the power of family. And this is why, judge me if you will, but this is what I prefer. I prefer women that don't work. I prefer women that don't work. I'll tell you why. Because I want my woman in my house with me, building with me, raising the children with me, growing this business that I'm building with me. I don't need my woman out there helping another family, building for them, spending her energy on them, building their institutions, their businesses. That family is growing. And in most instances, it's white families. Ke white companies, big corporations, or the so-called government, right? So my woman is spending so much energy helping the world, and not that. And by the time Kamala paying, she's got no energy to give to this family. No way. So other men want women who work. I prefer a woman who doesn't work, because we need to be building our own thing. Every man must be building his own thing with his own family. That's it. O santse gore a ge sa gagwe gore a ska tla hloka monno mongwe gore a je o a le gore a hlokomele family ya gagwe, because once that man a kgona go controller or a kgona go fepa lapa la gagwe, that man controls you. That is why many people are afraid at your job. Your boss might be treating you like crap, but you won't walk away because that man is feeding your family. So you're weak. You don't feel powerful as a man. You don't feel like you're in charge, and you are designed to be the king. You know, you feel it inside of you. You don't like it when another man tells you what to do. You hate it. You don't like it when another man tries to tell you what to do, especially if you hate that stuff. Tell me. Don't lie to me. You're a man. I know what I'm talking about. If you're a man, you don't like another man telling you to do something you don't like to do. You don't want to have to do something you don't want to do. You don't want another man telling you, do this, do that. You hate it. Tell me if I'm lying. So if you hate being told, you have to be in control, so nobody can tell you, man. You see? So when as a man, you can be in charge, man. You see? Now you're not a weak man walking around here. You're a strong man. You have confidence. You know that the only thing you need to be successful is you and your woman, whether it's one or it's two. Just be honest about it. Don't be a lying man who cheats. Be a man of honor, of integrity. If you have polygamy, tell your woman from the beginning. But be a man. Don't be a liar. Okay? Because that's how we heal these relationships. We heal from the lies. We heal from the ego. Ego will teach you that it's okay as a man to lie and to cheat. No. You can have polygamy, my man. You can have polygamy if you want more than one woman. You can. It is cultural. It makes biological, scientific, economic sense. You just have to have a purpose for it. But you don't have to lie. You don't have to be a lying man. Don't lie. Be true to yourself. Don't you remember? To thine own self, be true. Don't lie to yourself. Be a man of principle with yourself. Be able to look at yourself in the mirror and know, I'm not living a lie to nobody. I'm not selling out. I'm fully there. If I say I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it. If I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. If I can't, I will tell you I can't do it. I don't lie. I don't lie to women. Worst of all, I don't lie to women. I'm straight up with a woman. I tell her straight up, I won't lie to you, but you are not going to be the only woman in my life. You decide right now whether you want to continue with me or not. But I won't lie to you, because if I lie to you and I tell you you're going to be the only woman in my life, and somewhere along the way I meet another woman who she's like, and she's got all that, and then I get interest, I'm going to violate our agreement. Divorces, family falls apart, generational curses, nonsense just begins to arise. It's a deep, powerful decisions, gents. If you're a man and you're watching this, if you're a woman, you're watching this, share this with your man. Chop this part now, because I'm about to address men. See what I'm saying? You're not just lying to women. You are lying to your world. You are turning your whole world into a lie. You are causing confusion for yourself. And that confusion, and then it's going to explode. And when it explodes, man, you're going to be one of those men we are not proud of. Your family will not be proud of you because you chose to lie. Not to her, to yourself, because the minute you decided, because loser right now. In fact, why lie to her right now and tell her she'll be the only one, only to lose her later on when you have so much invested now? Now, now you want to lose when you have invested so much? Rather lose her in the beginning before you even invest anything. Tell her straight up, I am a polygamous man. I tried monogamy. It doesn't work for me. And I realized that it turns me into a liar, a cheat, and whatnot. I'm tired of being that type of man. I want to live with integrity. If she's a smart woman, She will respect the fact that you're a man who is willing to honor his word. You don't want to be a liar. That is a much more powerful man to be with than a man who will lie to her. Because even though Masadu Karmoena, Nagi prefer will lie and uta cheetah on the side. Man, she's ruled by her emotions. The only reason Abuela saw is because she doesn't want to feel what it's like to know that she's sharing you. So she's trying to protect herself from the pain of dealing with the truth that you have another woman or you are going to have another woman. So she says stuff like that to make herself feel good temporarily. Okay, so she doesn't really mean it. When she says, I would much rather be with a man who will lie. No, I mean it, I mean it. She doesn't want a man who will lie. Who wants a liar? Nobody wants a liar. Be logical, you're a man. Nobody wants a liar. So if you say, it's better for you to say to her, listen, I'm letting you know right now, when you get with me, I'm the type of man who's going to have another woman in my life. And I'm not going to lie about it. I'm telling you right now that when you come into my life, you come into a polygamous man's life. So either you rock with me or you don't. Then she makes the decision whether she's going to be with you at that point. But it is better for her to be honest with herself. Because if I do, it means she understands the dynamics now. See what I'm saying? Ana stress. You can manage your situation. You can have your second wife and you can be honorable about it. She can meet her. We can rebuild our families. And when you have more than one woman and you understand the purpose for a woman is just to come and help you build, then these two women, one can be working, maybe one is not working. They can both be on the mission to build something for the family so you guys can get out of employment. See what I'm saying? So you guys can get out of these jobs and you can build something that allows you to have life the way you want it. The freedom you want, the control you want, the financial power you want. And when you have three people working on the same dream, what did I say? What did I say? What did I say? My man, this is why most men who practice polygamy are highly successful, because they are not just doing it for the sex. They're doing it because they understand that this is an economic war that we are in. See, for us to economically advance further and fast, we're going to need help and we're going to need to be working together as a collective. So that's smart men take on more than one wife, or other men take on more than one wife, especially men who want wealth and legacy for their children, because they understand we have to build the family, and to build a family we are going to need to be equipped in every way, financially, emotionally, physically, and in terms of, and you know, we can get into the dynamics of how polygamy helps the family, but this live is not about polygamy. Maybe I'll do another live and I'll just talk about polygamy, but this is my health page, but this is family we are talking, so we're talking healing regardless. So, you know, my point today is this: when we heal our relationships, when we are no longer driven by our flesh, by our feelings, by lies, by deception, by pains of the past, by our ego, our family members or our friends or our lovers that we have with, or that we have children with, along the way, our lives become chaotic, right? Our lives become so chaotic that there's no joy, that there's no peace. And when you lack joy within yourself, the world around you can feel you. You know, your brothers can feel you, your sisters, your children, your lover can feel you, the entire world can feel Oromoto lacks the energy they need to do the things that they want to do in the world. Where is that energy? It's in the hurt, it's in the pain, it's in the frustration, or they should have been fixed, or whatever the case may be. It's in all of the things, about the fears or the anxiety or the worries of the future. Why? Because when you don't have structure, when you don't have people around you, by long are going to build with you, and you start feeling lonely, you get weak inside. Okay? Yes, you can look within yourself, but you're not designed to be successful by yourself. From the people around you. So it is very critical to make sure that you have the right relationships and you have the energy that you need, the peace that you need to be able to attract and keep relationships and grow with others, so they can pour into you because you are able to pour into them. When you become that type of person, the world gives you what you want. I'll just give you a little example about something about myself. I've been working on myself since 2013. I started engaging in personal development from 2013. I stopped having a TV in 2013. I stopped watching TV in 2013. I stopped hanging out with my friends in 2013, partying, clubbing, smoking, all of that. I stopped all of that in 2013, and I started engaging in the process of fixing my life. Okay, because I realized I spent the first half of my life messing it up because I didn't have guidance, discipline. My father passed away when I was a kid. I started fighting with my own brother. Things got toxic. I became angry. I picked up a lot of negative energy. Young affecta changed the direction of my life. Around 2013, that's when I said, okay, something is wrong. I don't like the results I'm producing. I want different results. And then I engage personal development. So from 2013 up until now, my life has changed so fast, so fast, so fast. So many things have happened. What has been the most eye-opening thing for Nice? Once you start working on yourself, you start healing yourself, and you start rebuilding your relationships, and you start forgiving and rebuilding relationships, is that you now have a certain presence, a certain energy about you that other people can sense, and now they can take that energy and say, give this young man a chance. You know how many people have gave me a chance since I started making these decisions? You know how many people have now, how much, I think I place the responsibility for all of these things for Didiragale solely on the fact that I started working on myself. I believe that in fact, I know things Neriga change if I didn't start working on myself. That these people bought me long on the opportunity, bought me recognize my energy, my presence, my awareness, my level of engagement, my intelligence. Like the real me started showing up, not the pain and the hurt and the fear and all. That stuff started taking a backseat. The real me started showing up. And when the real me started showing up, when my light started penetrating now and showing itself, others were like, okay, we need to give this light space to shine. And they did. And they gave me space to shine. And the world still does that to this day. You have no idea how many opportunities I'm still getting because I suddenly turned left. I love to call it 10 left. And the reason I call it 10 in left is because imagine utamaka tropo. Okay, let's say utamaka, doesn't matter, man. You know, utamaka strata wagodim. How jiga left, guess what happens? Everything that happens after you make that 10 happens because you took that 10. Ish. Oh my God. I don't know if you guys get it. Everything that happens, is going to happen because now you took a 10. You went left. If you went straight, everything that was going to happen was going to happen because you went straight. But now everything that is happening because you went left. So the world, the people, the things because you took another 10. Take another 10. Go left. Go heal. Go do the forgiveness thing with your mother, with your brother, with your sister, with your father. Go do it. Go learn how to be uncomfortable, forgiving, and talking about your pain and crying. Okay? Go back. Talk about how abandoned you felt, how neglected you felt, how somebody hurt you. Go and sit down with them and tell them, you hurt me. I was hurt during that time. You didn't do this for me when I felt you should have done that. And it's okay to cry about those things. And it's okay to cry about in those past and those people. It's okay. But go and fix it. Go and take back your good energy. Okay? Go back and take your good energy from the people and the hurt and the pain you're willing karayona when you were younger. Go back. Go fix it. And once you begin the journey, I told you, it's not going to take a day, it's not going to take a week, it's not going to take a month. But in between that process, a week, a month, a year of you building, continuously talking, finding ways to mend this relationship, the more you go through that process, through the weeks, through the months, through the years, guess what? That healing has happened. That energy is now returning back to you. Now you're able to take this energy and create whatever you want in the world. This is the message I have for you, man. And I know that it is possible to heal your life because I healed mine. I know that it is possible to heal your relationships because I'm healing mine. I'm healing mine. And those relationships that were once toxic, hey, we're getting better now. Hey, we're talking nicely to each other now. Hey, we are assisting each other now. We are polite now. We are respectful now. Hey, Suddenly we are helpful. We are resourceful. You know, we are moving together now. We have solutions for each other now. Suddenly we are benefiting from each other now. That energy is no longer toxic. We turned water into wine. I advise you to do the same thing. Turn your waters into wine. Take your pain and turn it into love. Take your hurt, turn it into forgiveness and joy and happiness and peace. Take it back. Take back your energy so you can create the life that you want. The world is waiting for you. Your family is waiting for you to take responsibility, to take control. Take it. Don't run away from it. And take your green juices, heal your body, heal your mind, heal your emotions, and most importantly, connect with yourself spiritually. Find out who you truly are. And after snow stripaletalole, you are consciousness, you are awareness. Start there. Study consciousness, study consciousness, study awareness. You're truly who you truly are, so that you can know who you are. See what I'm saying? And when you know who you are, you know that you must love your brother because that's you. That you must love your sister because that's you. It's just a different arrangement of you. But that is also consciousness. And that is why you move away from the animals as well. Because you recognize the animals are you. That is consciousness. That is God inside that animal. Okay? That thou shalt not kill did not just mean the animal, the human beings. No. It means all living things. All mammals, all mothers and fathers, all living beings. Thou shalt not kill. Okay? When you create peace within yourself, you can have that peace back into the world because you're going to send that energy out. The law of attraction will give you what you want and even what you don't want because you're thinking about what you don't want unconsciously if you're not consciously or unconsciously thinking about what you do want. Okay? So this is why we have to talk about the mind and how to use the mind to create peace. You see? God is an animal. God is all things. What is not God? Tell me one thing that is not God. Everything that is here comes out of God. God is all things. There is not a single thing that is not God. If this world is God, everything comes out of God. Okay? So don't kill these animals. This is why they have an energetic and physical response. That's why they create inflammation, and that's why they cause you pain, and that's why they clog up your arteries, and that's why they create a lot of fear and stress inside of your body because you're picking up on the energy of those animals. Okay? You shouldn't be eating animals. You should strive to get off the animals. You should work to get off the animals. Stop eating animals. Get to a point where you can just eat fruits, vegetables, grains, nuts, legumes, and seeds. Get to that point. Okay? You are designed to eat plants. Real happiness, real success, real resonance, healing in your life will happen when you honor your physical body by giving it what it needs to live well, by giving your spiritual energy, which is your essence, the work, the job, the labor of love, and by giving your emotions, which come from your thoughts, peace by controlling how you think and feel. Okay? That is true healing. That is true success. Because then in that state, you attract. You are always attracting. But this, when you work on yourself, you can attract the things that you want. Yeah, you see, this is the thing about Christianity, Pasha, and I'm very careful about this is why I don't like religion. I don't like to say I am part of a group of this and that. I recognize what I am, like I can't run away from there. But all other beliefs are just beliefs that I pick up from the world. But let me address your point before I go because I've shared what I needed to share. I'm a Christian, and that's not Christian doctrine. However, I agree with you that eating meat is wrong. But God is not an animal, nor in an animal. Well, that is your opinion, Pasha. But that's why I get study consciousness. Study consciousness. Because then is it not conscious? Is it not in a state of being aware? It might not be aware of itself like you are, because that's why you are higher than the animals. Because when as a human being, you can be aware of yourself. You can say, oh my gosh, I'm a human being. And these are things, these are what? And this is my mind. You can make sense of your world. They live in the world of instinct. What the automatic program that was set in them by God from the beginning. So unlike you can become self-aware, and that's why you can change. And then next week you are like this, and forever you are a different person. You can decide to be a Christian, you can decide to be Rasta, you can decide to be whatever you want. You can continuously become whatever you want. And that is the powerful thing about being a human being, is that you can change your form. You may not change it physically, but you change it internally. Okay? So, God is all things. Consciousness is all things. A stone is conscious. Okay? A tree is conscious. Birds are conscious. Animals are conscious. Life is consciousness. You can't separate God from the animals. You can't say God is this and he's not that. He told you right there in Genesis, I am that. I am. Okay? I am that. What is that? That is everything. I am that. 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 There is nothing that God is not. Okay? So, if you want to talk about this, please hit me up on my WhatsApp and we can talk directly, because I like engaging, and I will open up scriptures for you and share this information so you can study it for yourself, because ultimately I'm not trying to convince you to think how I think. You have the right to think how you want to think, but just make sure it's based in truth. All right? All right. So thank you for your time, family. I truly appreciate it. I hope you guys gained something from hanging out with me today. Like I said, have your green juice, think positively, remove yourself from the television, from the noise, from the people, get more into meditation, spend time in nature, and get off the animals. And yeah, man, let's continuously detox and make sure we keep a light body, a light mind, light emotions, so our lives can become. My number is right there on my page. Just go back to my page and you'll see my number right there. Cheers, guys.